Beige Flag.
Welcome back to the Beige Flag, everyone. I'm your great host, Adam Tahir, with our great co-host, Baron and Haley.
Wow.
Welcome back, Haley.
How rude. This may be my last episode.
Haley, how have you been? It's been, 6 years since we last saw you?
Actually, 8? No, 10. 10, right, Baron? Just kidding. I've been good. Wow, Kylo, that was a good throw.
I know.
I've been good, but pretty busy. But
Busy
I
with what?
appreciate you guys holding down the fort last week when I was sick.
Yeah,
You were sick, but then I saw photos of you snowboarding.
I wish I was snowboarding.
At least if you're gonna
Skiing,
bail on us.
Don't post
And,
evidence.
yeah,
that
just
you're
like if you're gonna post it to your close friends.
You think you're not my close friend?
I don't think so, because Haley, I can count. Haley probably has 9 overall photos on her Instagram.
Yeah,
Okay.
so we can keep track of each one.
Yeah.
When you're doing something. So.
Oh, okay. All right. Well,
But it's good to have you back.
Yeah, thank
and you're
you.
in your spot, so
Yeah, thanks
Yeah,
for
you got your
giving me my
Thunderbolt
spot back.
Yeah, Haley didn't get the memo of the black t-shirt either.
No, I didn't. You guys have kicked me out of the podcast fully.
All right, searching around, Baron, how have you been? So since we last saw you, you had your great second amazing date. Now you said you had another date planned. How did this one go?
yeah. So basically, I'll take the mic. Yeah, so I had my next date following up. This just happened on just a couple of days after we filmed the pod, and it was like a fun date. You know, it was like a fun night. I invited her. She came over to my place, so she got to see me and my brother's household, and it was funny because we were watching Love Is Blind, and maybe spoilers alert, but there's a portion where where they all kind of go through each other's houses. You see where people live and things, and the one scene that was very memorable was with Laura and Jeremy, where Laura came to Jeremy's place and was like, wow, this is like serial killer vibes, because he was so immaculate with his house and how clean it was. And I kind of wanted to give that kind of reaction to her too, so I cleaned all day on that Friday. Basically, I barely worked. I worked like half a day, and the whole time I was cleaning. So it was like, I didn't want to make it super immaculate because I still wanted to make it look natural, but it was very tidy. It was one of the cleanest days that we've had there. And so yeah, when she came over, she's like, oh my gosh, this is like a Love Is Blind episode, Oh, how clean it was and everything. But it was really fun. We didn't really, so she was good with just having ramen. So we both love Shin ramen. So we both made ramen together. She has her own little method that she has of cooking it. So that was kind of fun, experimenting that way. And then, yeah, we watched the last Love Is Blind episode together, and we watched the Camila Mendes rom-com together. So it was really fun.
Wow, that is quite a long date.
I know. Wait, so after that, if you're following the Love Is Blind trajectory, she has to meet your parents next?
Yeah, it was so... I mean, no, I'm not saying yes to that. But it was funny, though. She was very, when we came up with, the plan of, meeting up and who's hosting or whatever, she... we decided it was going to be my place. And then basically one of the things she clarified was like, hey, I'm not going to meet your parents, right? It's funny too, because where I live is really close to where my parents also live. And so I kind of just wanted to drive by to show her hey, where I used to live. And she was like, wait, why are we not, why are we going really close here? She was kind of waiting for us to turn around, because I just wanted to kind of drive by it. But she may have thought we're actually
Wait, so
going
you
to
picked her up?
I did pick her up. Yes, I picked her up.
And took her to your house?
Took her to my yeah.
Wow.
And also,
Do you live close to each other?
no, we do not live close. So
Oh.
it was a
What is
it was a tough trek, or not tough, but long trek.
Also, you said in the last episode she doesn't drive.
Yes.
Oh,
So
okay.
you have to
Yeah, she doesn't
perpetually pick her up and drop her off.
Yeah, no problem with it.
You didn't just drop her off at the train station and be like, hey, bye.
No. So yeah. So that was a really fun night. She got to meet Boris. She says that she's met him before. She clearly said, Boris is my brother, twin brother, and she said she met him before, clearly back when we were in school. But I really don't remember that, and my brother doesn't remember that. So then when when I was like, hey Boris, this is this person, she was like, nice to re-meet you, because he didn't know what to say. But apparently she really remembers him. So yeah.
Wait, has she met your parents before?
No, she never met my parents.
Okay, so you guys went to school together.
Yeah, we did.
Like college or high school?
College, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
But during more of our graduate school year, I didn't really know
I
her
see.
during undergrad.
So like you've been 3 dates now?
Yes, I'm gonna and basically like 3 official days. This is like our 4th time kind of hang out, right? But I'll see her again this weekend, and this one's gonna be more like a bit more like the traditional, like kind of what we had that last time when I talked about just going out more and kind of getting maybe a little more deep or something.
So now happens what? So how many dates before you guys make it official?
Oh, I mean, it's still like the feel out period. I don't really know what is the typical protocol in that case, but I would say, we did talk about like, hey, like checking in, like, how we're all feeling and everything, but I feel like, I don't know, let me know if this is way too long or whatever. I feel like there should be like, maybe like at most like a 3-month period of build up or of like feeling each other out and see where you're going to go after. But I do think if you get to that 3-month period, then it's probably going to head towards more good things.
Wait, so what was the conversation that you had?
Yeah, so I just kind of, well, because, when you're doing these, when you're kind of watching a show or watching movies, it's kind of hard to have like conversations, right? So it was more like during when I was taking her back, I just kind of checked in how she's feeling and things. And basically, I mean, I don't want to share too much, but basically part of it is also she's very like, I don't know. I really don't know yet. And so, because obviously we're friends, and so that's the hard part in this. And I feel like there's like a bigger threshold she needs to cross. But she's like, yeah, I don't know how long is too long for you. And so I kind of just gave that response too. I was like, I'm not in a rush, and I don't want to start dating during busy season again, or like, celebrating like anniversaries during busy season. So I have like probably like a 3-month grace period here that I feel like I'm willing to ride out.
So you're probably gonna like ask her to be your girlfriend.
Getting too far ahead again, man. This is
But like,
the fourth date, so it's coming.
yeah,
up.
but like, what do you think is like a good period? Is it like 3 dates? Is it time period in terms of months?
Yeah, I don't know.
Or is it solid dates?
Yeah, what do you guys think?
I think it's just a feeling. And I think, like, pretty quickly. I don't know.
What has been like your fastest transition from like going on a date to like being official? I can tell you the last one was 1 date.
What?
It's still going strong, right?
That's not being official.
He's like, that's not accurate.
But I was like, everybody knew it was gonna be official.
No one knew that.
You had a feeling.
I mean, I thought I was going there, but I didn't.
Knew.
Yes, that's true. I didn't know.
You didn't know. I knew right away. You guys were dating.
No. Then you
Wow.
knew before me. But
Well, I was friends with both of you, so I was like asking what you guys were thinking at the same time.
But what would you say would ideally then? Like if following your
Ideally?
or your how you may have actually gone about it, Like when did
okay,
you
I'll
know?
go with like what I think about it.
Sure, yeah.
I think if it's like a complete stranger, like I think a couple weeks or like a few hangouts to like get to know them is pretty reasonable. And then after that point, I don't know that you have to like make it official, but I'll usually say like from my end, like I really enjoy spending time with you, and I don't think like I'm seeing anyone else at this point, just because I can't do that. I can't have like multiple things at once if I'm starting to like someone. So once I know that I like them, I'll just be like, I'm not seeing anyone else. Like we can have this conversation later if you're not ready yet, but like that's where I'm at.
So you can't date multiple people at the same time when it starts to get serious?
I wouldn't even say like serious, just like I don't have the mental capacity for that.
Yeah.
You currently see people 1 day at a time, so 1 time a week, sorry. But it's like, so then you would not survive in the pods where you have to talk to like 10 people at the same time.
Yeah, I don't think I would.
Yeah, no
For
shot. I
multiple
don't know how
reasons.
it's possible. And you don't even see them.
Yeah, well that's
That's
the
the
figure.
that's the premise of the show. So. And you might think people look like Megan Fox, and they might not.
But she does look like Megan Fox though. If you like look at it,
In a certain point of view, I would say, yeah.
Yeah, I was not surprised when she said, "Oh, I look like," you know what really.
She did preface it well. She was like, "It's just because I have light hair and blue eyes."
eyes.
Like, and then I saw comparisons on TikTok of like if she was wearing a mask and you're just seeing like nose up, like she does.
No, yeah.
Yeah, there's a
no.
resemblance.
Even the part where they were playing that part of the episode,
Yeah.
and then she was coming up, and it was like, okay, I can kind of see it. It's just that you can't do that in the pods like that. Like she knows what she was doing.
Yeah.
You know.
It's like I was seeing a TikTok where the girl says she's saying she's sitting for someone, but she says the guy did tell her that he looks like Ryan Reynolds. So she was playing the other side.
Oh no.
So she was going through her perspective. But fun fact, this is not the first time somebody in the pods has said they look like Megan Fox.
Mm-hmm.
The first time they said it was the Seattle season.
Irina, right?
Yeah, remember she said she looked like, people have told her she looked like Megan Fox.
Yeah.
So this is the second time. So maybe in the next season, Megan Fox could come back in and be in the actual pod.
Oh, that
I
would
don't
be.
know how MGK
That's
would
juicy.
feel about that. But
All right.
wait, you didn't say your feelings on that.
What?
The topic of
Yeah.
the before you make things official.
Oh, I'm like a really big commitment phobe. So for me, I've dated people for over a year before either of one of us saying like if we're exclusive or not.
Wow, a
That's
year?
A
crazy.
year and a half. And then we would just end things and go our different ways and never had talked about it.
Wow.
Dang.
I
That's
think
really
it's like,
long.
I can't break up with people and I can't make it official with people. Which is very weird because I come from like people I know and like people I grew up with in my family. They probably have like gotten married without even like really talking to the person.
Okay, so basically though, like to wrap up here, like so we have weeks here, like a couple weeks. You have a year, and I have like 3 months. So
Yeah, like-
should we say like it's somewhere in that range then is acceptable?
It's like depends on also your communication with the other person.
Yeah.
Like you cannot assume that they're exclusive with you until you've had the conversation.
Okay.
And two is just like you do need to have that conversation if you do feel it's going in the right direction. I feel it's also like not fair to the relationship, which I'm guilty of doing.
Well, I'm gonna stick with the 3 month timeline then. I'll have that as a rough baseline, and then.
So that's been what you've been talking to each other for 2 months now, right?
No, it's not even 2 months. It's only really crossed like 2 weeks actually.
So was this date? I know in last date you said you guys talked for like almost
Yeah, like
until
a long
2
time.
a.m. Was it still that kind of like you still talking and talking and talking?
Well, not really for this one, just because pretty much the activity, right, is not really a lot of talking just because you're watching something.
Yeah.
But I did talk to her a lot when I was, taking her home and things. And so that was where I got most of the substance, I felt like. But definitely wanted to kind of not revert back, but kind of have more of the moment of like the first date or the second date, whatever date it was. I was getting lost count, but of more of those meaningful conversations. So that's what I'll be trying to aim for this weekend.
Huh. But like, don't you feel? How do you do this? Like when you've dated someone for so long, when you go out to dinner, just one-on-one, what do you even talk about? Like, like there's not so many topics left that you could like agree, or like you'll talk about everything besides like each other at that point.
Yeah.
No, I
it's
mean,
hard.
that's definitely, found that pretty hard. Like, when you're dating for so long, so I came from super long relationships, and then there were points where it's like, yeah, I don't know what to talk about with this person. But then I think what you'll also find is like, there's always like layers to, even though you know stuff, you know everything about each other, there's still more layers that you can dig out of, that you can really explore more, that you can just talk about, and it'll feel still fresh.
Just like
You just
an
need to
onion.
be willing to want to talk about those things, with your partner that's you've been dating for so long.
Huh. Do you feel that way? I feel like you're
Yeah.
like you talk a lot anyways, so
What?
I feel like you're like person you have a lot to say and like you always have like things to talk about. I feel like do you have that issue? I certainly have that issue.
I mean, I think like there's topical things, like things going on in my life or like on in the world that I will always talk about. But yeah, like that getting to know you period, that's like so fun. I definitely feel like that can be hard in a longer term relationship to keep that going.
So moving on then, Haley's sister
There's
Come on.
nothing to do. Actually, it does have a little to do with dating.
Okay, it doesn't have
Maybe
to do
I'll
with dating.
spill a little tea.
Sure, but like, come on, your sister. All right, here's the thing. What Haley's sister did. She was part of this charity, and correct me where I go wrong, but she had to go from Scotland all the way to Denmark, and the purpose was to raise money for charity. And the kick is she can't take anyone's money, right? She can't use her own money. She has to go from Scotland all the way to Denmark through
Like hitchhiking.
This is the
Yeah.
hitchhiking one, right?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I saw this.
Yeah, I think they could take money from people, like if people wanted to donate. Like that's the whole purpose,
Yeah.
is they were raising money. So I think she ended up, someone bought their like train ticket because they had been waiting, I guess, at this gas station for a long time, trying to get their next ride. And it was like in the middle of the night. And finally someone was like, I mean, I'm not driving that way, but I'll take you to the train station and buy you guys tickets to go. So that was okay. That was allowed. But she said something like they got 14 hitchhiked rides, and like it took them 57 hours, and it was a race. So there were like, I don't know, 30 teams or something doing this.
Wait, like how safe is this though?
Okay, I don't know, because in America,
Like, that's not allowed,
that's
right?
Not, yeah, you can't even hitchhike.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, we're
all
gonna
of the
stand on the
teams-
highway.
Like all of the teams are getting there fine, and you can follow along on their like they post updates, and everyone's like, yeah, really friendly people. It's so weird though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
like
cannot imagine
where
that.
was they staying overnight?
The first night they slept on a ferry because they had to take an 11-hour ferry through the North Sea, which is like that yo-ho sound.
Yo ho, all hands.
Oh,
So anyways, yeah, they slept on the ferry, and then the next night, I don't think they slept. I think they were up in that's the night they were in the gas station / McDonald's.
so they can't work Uber Eats or do Uber drive or like.
They don't have a car.
Yeah, but can't they just work somewhere like physical labor to get money for the day? Like
I
nothing.
guess they could, but it's a race. Like you want to get there first.
Somebody did they eat or did they? Oh, they had a backpack, so they had snacks.
Snacks, yeah.
How many is in a team?
There could be up to 3, like 2 or 3.
So what does this have to relate to dating now?
So her team, I hope she doesn't kill me for saying this. Her team was a couple and her. A couple plus her. So the couple, she had a crush on the guy like a long time ago. But then her
did
friend
this to
started
break up.
dating him.
Home.
But they've been dating for a while. They're fine. And so they'd all planned to do this race together. They're all good friends now. But then like a month ago, the couple breaks up. And so it was like this race has been planned. They've fundraised. Like they've done a lot of planning for it. And he was like, yeah, I can't go on the trip. Like, it's just, I can't. We broke up. Like, I can't do it. So they get another guy who's in love with this girl. Like, he's just, like, obsessed with her.
With the ex?
Yeah. So he's like, yeah, of course I'll do it. Like, you're ready to step in, be the hero. And so he steps in. They're like, okay, we're going to do it with this other guy. And then the ex-boyfriend is like, no, like, I'm sorry, I care about you girls like way too much. I don't feel comfortable with you going like without me. Like if you're gonna go, I'm going to. And so, anyways, he takes the poor other guy, like this guy, I don't know, he just jumped in, willing to save the day.
Yeah.
Anyways, so the exes are back. They're gonna do it together. So they did it together, and then my sister's posting pictures, and they are really close together.
Your
With the
sister and the
guy?
guy,
No,
or the girl?
the girl and the guy. So I don't know if
Okay.
they're getting back
Oh.
together or what, but yeah.
Okay. So,
So,
she didn't swoop in there.
she didn't swoop
didn't
in there.
swoop
I
in.
think the feelings have dissipated, but
So the other guy just didn't come at all then?
yeah,
The one that was
the
gonna
poor
save
other
them.
guy. Yeah.
Well, good luck to your sister. Hope she wins.
They were the first team of 3. I think
Okay.
they were like the 3rd team overall. But it's harder. Like a lot of times people would, because cars in Europe are tiny.
Yeah, so
and
then
so
you
having
need to
3
wait
extra
for-
seats.
right.
Yeah. So a lot of times that people would be like, "Oh, I'm so sorry, I'm going that way, but I only have 2 seats." So that was a bummer.
So, but she did finish it already then?
She did finish.
Wow, that's
How did she get
huge.
the ferry ride?
They had to get into someone's car who was getting on the ferry. It was like an 11-hour ferry ride.
They sat in a car for 11
No,
hours?
they just got in the car to get on the ferry, and then
So it's like a park and ride type of
yeah,
ferry.
and then they went up and like slept in a chair.
Okay, moving on. Haley, do you know what day after tomorrow is?
Yes. Have you guys been seeing all the companies that are putting out like freebies on
Yes,
that
I
day?
did.
So it is a real holiday to all of my haters.
So leap year day is
Yeah.
coming up. Are you gonna do one of those days we're gonna go collect all the freebies on? Like it's like your birthday?
I don't know. I don't know if that's the like way I want to spend my extra day.
Okay, are you gonna
Because I
fly
haven't
to,
seen like a super great one.
Are you gonna fly to Ireland?
No, definitely not.
Well, how do you usually spend your leap day? Or how do you like to spend it?
Just doing like something fun.
Okay.
Something.
Because it's your extra day.
Yeah, it's a bonus day.
Haley's probably gonna go skiing.
Oh, yeah.
And then she's gonna say she's sick to hang out with us.
Yeah.
It's okay. We'll get the freebies.
Yeah.
Yeah. You'll get the extra guac at Chipotle.
Oh yeah.
Oh, they have free. Okay.
Free guac.
That's
That
where
and
I'm
then
at.
also 314's coming with extra pizza day.
Oh yeah.
Pie day?
Pie day.
Pie day.
So with all of that, thank you so much for coming, Baron. Thank you so much for coming back, Haley. I wasn't.
Pause, jeez.
We'll see you guys next week. Thank you so much. Take care. Bye bye.
Bye-bye.
The Beige Flag.